Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals to...
One of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC.
Need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it right. I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it? The Minerals.
Minerals FC. Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals. In them, we know that they have the minerals. We've not.
There's Minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals to...
Let's have it right.
Minerals.
Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? So have it right, up to Chelsea, up to Minerals FC, big up to every single one of you live and locked in. I hope everyone is doing well, winning life. First and foremost, you know what to do. Smash the piece of like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the noti bell. We got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. And of course, salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things don't ever see, and a no surrender mentality. And it's win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. So have it right. Big up to all the Ultras live in the chat. Big up to everyone laying your minerals. And we're welcoming back for a little while Younes to the channel. Back on the Minerals FC. Back on the Minerals FC gravy train, bruv. So have it right. And we'll rattle some feathers for sure. But we're gonna straighten out everything. Let's have it right before we get into landing the facts and the truth, because that's all that matters. So big up to Younes and Manny, come on, bruv. Let's have it right. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. Big up to you too, man. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hope everyone's well. Yeah. I'm glad this is happening. And don't worry, chat. We'll explain exactly what's going on and what's happening. And we'll go back and revisit exactly what the trail was like and why things went the way they did. But I think it's pretty clear now what needs to happen going forward, and there's no going back. Everyone needs to be on it and needs to be relentless now for the sake of the club. So I'm glad to be here. Much appreciated.
Top geezer. And let's have it right. The message or the stream, this one in particular, is like I've been saying for a little while now. It's literally this. If you love Chelsea, then it's BlueCo out. Otherwise, you're BlueCo in. You're a sponsor, you're an enabler of BlueCo, their model, their project, the 4 years that we've gone into of absolute dross, and this is not Chelsea. So you basically are sponsoring that. If you're not BlueCo out, it's very, very simple. Nothing is changing. Nothing is going to change. And this is not about results anymore. It's gone beyond results.
Yep.
That's why we say win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. But before we get into that, right, as everyone knows, myself, I've come at Younes plenty of time, bruv, for straying away, for not really landing it. And I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is Chelsea Football Club. And you have to put that first. If you're not putting that first, then you're putting yourself first, which means you have other ideas, clearly. Younes, from what I've seen, and I've watched Younes very closely, bruv. You know that, yeah? He is, I would say, since his old man's come on, and probably he's come to realisation before that, and he will speak for himself. But I see that you haven't flinched one bit. Like, you see, Younes was with me, co-signing Vivid Seats. We exposed together Vivid Seats for it to go viral. And I've always said that. It's not just me, right? We also did speak on the debt. We spoke about how they can sell the club. And for me and for all my ultras, we would feel betrayed, bruv, because we knew that you were one of the very few that come on the platform. You landed it with me. We exposed a hell of a lot, bruv, that did damage to the ownership, and pretty much done it only on my platform. So I took all the hit. Well, I don't care. But, you know, ever since before the Club World Cup, the Club World Cup happened, that was it. We never see you again, bruv. So at the end of the day, it's down, like I say, you're a man enough to contact me, for us to have a conversation behind the scenes, have a proper straightener. I tell you what I think of everyone in the game. I tell you about what I think you've done. We've sorted it out man to man. I very rarely give second chances. However, this is about Chelsea. It's about getting some sort of unity, because I don't believe we can get full unity. But if we can get some sort of unity going, then it's a fantastic start to helping Chelsea get back to where we belong and getting these owners out. But let's have it right, bruv. Like, the floor's yours.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, so that's exactly what I want to do as well. Is everyone in the game needs to drop whatever they're holding up or whatever they're guarding themselves with, and just think about the common cause here, because we've reached a point where it's pretty obvious what needs to happen. And with myself, I'll be honest, and I'll tell all of you guys in the chat now. I knew before I brought my dad on. That's why I brought my dad on. If not, I wouldn't have brought my dad on. I brought my dad on for two reasons. People didn't see him since I started my channel, because I had him on at the very beginning, and we spoke about Chelsea and football as a whole. And I brought him on to discuss the very topics we discussed, because, again, people would tune in because they haven't seen my dad in a while. And it was the time that my parents visited. So for those that don't know, I'm not in London, I'm in Dubai. Don't worry, things are good, kind of. It's fine. Yeah. But I used that time when they got here. I was like, okay, because they're here, I'm going to use that time to get my dad on. We're going to do something. The plan was to have a 25-minute video, and it ended up going an hour and 16 because we lost time. And that's where you got the 3 parts from. I knew before that, and him coming on and me not really saying much and just letting him do the talking was just to be able to get people to listen in more, instead of looking at me as perhaps, okay, I'm just trying to drive some sort of a narrative now. They've heard it from someone else, and they've heard it from someone they wanted to see. So that was that. The motivation before, when we're talking about the last time we were collabing and doing what we were doing, I didn't think we'd make top 4. I predicted, I was like, we're not making it. No chance, right? In fact, we needed top 5. And we ended up getting top 4. I predicted we won't come close to winning the Club World Cup. I said we'd get eliminated in the last 16. And then we're watching it. I'm covering it. I'm doing watch-alongs and whatnot. We're going through it. And I'm like, flipping now. Okay, getting to a point now. We've done all weather reports and all that sort of crap, if you remember. Get to the final, destroy PSG in a way that I just did not expect whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, the logic that I was using and the base of my reasoning, despite everything that we went over, because everything we went over was significant, and it still stands today. And it stands and it shows the intention from the very beginning, which is, and this is why when we had a conversation in private, that was really, really beneficial, because I got to understand your point even more. You heard me out, I heard you out. And there was things that I didn't even get to know as to why you were saying or doing things on your end. That made me realize, oh, crap, okay, now it clicks. Now I get it fully. But from my perspective at that time, it was a case of, We've done those two things now that I just had no idea we would do. No chance. Cool. Do we have a foundation we can move on now? Can we actually start getting serious? Because at the end of the day, and despite what people think about me on my channel, you get this more than me. You're negative. All you want is to destroy. You don't care. You're not bothered about praising when it's deserved or anything like that. You get that all the time, I'm sure. I get a good amount. Outside of all of that, and you know me, I'm actually quite a good, positive individual. In life, away from football, I know you are, and this is where people might get shocked. Not you guys, because you guys know Johnny, but people on the outside will probably be shocked to know that. And if you doubt that, go and look at Chelsea under Roman, and you'll see when you were doing the streams and all those collabs you were doing and everything, you know, you couldn't have been more positive. But outside of all this, I'm a really positive individual, really. But I'm a really... In that moment, I genuinely began to think, okay, despite everything we've gone over, is there a chance that maybe they've actually started to pattern themselves and get into gear? And now we've got a foundation to move on. Can we start acting like a serious club? Because off of top four and off of the Club World Cup, now can we actually start aspiring to go and put on a title challenge? Can we start aspiring to, you know, remain in that position? Can we get a proper shirt sponsor? Because now we've got leverage. Can we, and I was talking about all these things. What the beautiful thing about this now, not just now, but I say for the last few months at least, is since maybe December minimum, is people like yourself, everyone here, all the ultras, that have been constantly on it. And people that have given a chance, it's evident and it's clear. It confirms everything that we went over, that you've been saying since day one. The intention at the club under this ownership is not for football and it's not to win. No, we're at a point now, no one can deny it. It's no longer a theory. Before, some people might have seen it as a theory. Now it's obvious, because for those that did give it a chance, myself included, if the club were serious, they would have actually taken that moment as the opportunity. And they didn't. And they weren't going to. And this is now what myself, others will come to say, and the realization that kicked in a while back now is they weren't bothered in the first place. Club World Cup and going all the way, if we're going to be completely honest, was a financial exercise because of the prize money involved. They gave that a lot of priority because it was going to get 100 million, and it wasn't even them that qualified for it. It was Roman and it was Tuchel. So we're at a point now where, and this is what I said earlier on in my video, there's no other solution and there's no other way forward. And it's not down to results now either. And this is where we spoke about this in our private chat. And it got me to really understand just how deep that actually goes and why. Because let me tell you on the outside what some people would say. They'll go, well, no, football is a results-based business. It is results-driven, right? And if we're winning, there's no problem. But there's layers to the cake here that I know some people haven't explored or don't want to explore. Because sometimes the truth can be, you know, it can alter your mindset and the way you see things, and you can't go back. Once you see something, you can't go back. And I think there are people afraid of that. But it isn't about results now, because the club are not bothered about results, because the club are not doing this, or not the club, forget the club, BlueCo are not doing this off of a football level. They're doing this purely from a private equity level. And it's nothing more than trying to get the value that they want in order to sell the club at the right time, hence the 7 to 10 year gap that we've been told about. My perspective was being able to offer that chance from that foundation that I wasn't expecting. And now it's so clear we've got confirmation of it on every single flipping level. And we're getting even more. We've seen the whole Daniel Finkelstein stuff lately. We've seen all the David Ornstein coming out saying what he said. It's the same thing repeating itself from 2, 3, 4 years ago. You can't deny it any longer. It's impossible to deny. So the thing is now, and this is what I said earlier, and you've been saying this for a while, and this is what needs to be done, is irrespective of a result now, we could go 3, 4, 5 on the bounce. Much like it seemed like it was when Liam Rossini walked in, and obviously every honeymoon comes to an end and his came crashing down real quick, but he's irrelevant. All these guys at the club are irrelevant. And you guys, everyone here doesn't need to hear this twice or three times because everyone here knows. But the message now needs to be, these lot need to go. And that's it. Don't even talk about Winstanley, Stewart, Rossini, the players, nothing. The whole thing now needs to be, look, these owners need to pack up their bags, sell up and go. It's the only solution. And there needs to be pressure. So this doesn't need to be, and this is where we turn to content creators, fans with power, CST, everybody with some sort of relevance in the game. It has to be relentless. This can't be a thing of I'm going to mention it once and then put it to the side and come back to it next week. There is none of that. There is none of that. And this is where I truly believe everyone needs to put down whatever thought they have, or whatever agenda they have, or whatever they've got in their mind, even if it's against someone like you, Johnny, or whatever it is. Just put it to the side. Come back to it once BlueCo have left and they've sold the club. We can cross that bridge later on and everyone can sort their differences out then. But right now, there's a common cause and the club needs saving because it's clear and it's evident that no one is going to save it except the supporters. And the only thing that needs to be done is that the ownership need to go. And all of them. That's it. So that's my timeline, basically, and what's led us to here, and what needs to be done going forward. So here we are.
Do you know why? See, when we won the Club World Cup, I didn't expect us to get top four. We got it. Fantastic on one ear and a nutsack. I didn't expect us to win the Club World Cup, and we won it. Fantastic. In some ways, it was the best thing that ever could have happened. And the reason I say that is people bought into the project. People bought into trust the process. It bought the ownership time. And I said, wait for the transfer window. The transfer window came and we didn't act accordingly. No Osimhen, no Donnarummas, no elite centre back, no replacement Colwill, So straight away, I know what the season's going to be. No one can change my mind. The pool of players, the squad assemblement, the recruitment policy, the damage has been done for long term. Not just now. We're talking long term. Like we need a rebuild. We need a sheikh owner to come in at this rate. All right. We need Saudi media group, trillionaire, who wanted to buy a football club and had the money to do it and had all the backing, and the UK government rejected it because they wanted these clowns from BlueCo. All right, American consortium. We need someone like that to come in, pay these wrong-uns $4.5 billion or whatever it is, and get them out. And we can have an owner that comes in. It's not all about money, all right? They don't care about money. It's about the love for the game. Now, we're not naive. You, my ultras, a lot of Chelsea supporters are not naive to think that, we can just go and get another Don Roman, because Don Roman was one of a kind. I mean, he's the best owner in world football. Like, there ain't a better owner. No one's changed the game like Don Roman. He came in and he changed the game. He changed everything in football. FFP is because of Roman, for example. Do you know what I mean? Like, his intent to win, no one can match that. And he backed it up. And what winds me up is people are aware of what's going on and they choose to turn a blind eye to it until the shit hits the fan. And now we're 4 years in and it's literally happening now. You cannot tell anyone right now, they are mugging Chelsea supporters off, even ones that can't even see the details about what's really happening in Chelsea. But people that just know football on the surface or Chelsea on the surface can clearly see this is not a project for football. This is not an elite mindset or high standards, and we're not saying we're going to have Roman standards or Roman results straight away, but it doesn't even come close.
Yeah,
it's nowhere to be. Long way from Starbucks, right? When you get, for years for me, right, Younes, you know me, yeah. When I've been calling out journalists, content creators for their narratives, not them personally, their narratives. how the aggregators, they pump the PR. They just keep pumping it and pumping it. It's like a relentless machine, bruv. All right? It's like the geezer in Terminator 2, and he's just running and running and running, and you keep double barrel gunning him, and he just keeps running, bruv. Bosh down. He's just coming, right? That's what the PR is, right?
Facts.
And us on the Minerals FC, we're Arnie, bruv. You know what I mean?
Mate, so is my carrot.
Just have it right. So
the carrot.
when you have that continuously, I can't see it any other way. Yesterday and the day before, for real, everybody could see what's actually happening. The reality. The reality is that Daniel Finkelstein is arranging secret meetings. The reality is David Ornstein is in the pocket of BlueCo, which I knew already, which is why he blocked me from the very start. Like every other journalist. They are the ones I hold accountable for manipulating and world-class PR to manipulate a ruthless, winning mentality fan base into buying into a project that's never worked in the history of football. That, for me, I actually applaud that, because that is so difficult to do. I don't think people realise how difficult that is. That is a master stroke. That's an Oasis master plan, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like it's elite level PR. It's incredible. So just deep it for 1 second how they've convinced a Chelsea fan base that where Don Roman left us, debt-free, Club World Cup champions, just won the Champions League, won the Super Cup, had Tommy T, had a very, very top squad, needed touching up, needed that golden sprinkler on top to really go all the way. Because we were almost in a title race with Thomas Tuchel before we lost Reece and we lost Chilwell, right? We just needed that extra hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They've come in with the perfect foundations to elevate, to build upon that. Instead, they've destroyed it to rebuild it in their way and convinced an entire fan base that we were in need of a rebuild. And the rebuild we got 4 years down the line after spending the most money of 2 billion is what we got served up now. Everyone's going, oh, yeah, we're still not in a title charge. We're still not winning the Champions League. We only just got Champions League, but we won a Club World Cup and a Conference League. But hold on a minute. How are we even celebrating that? Like, for me, I can't. For me, I can't do it. I'm a real, as real as you get. I will not sugarcoat nothing. Like Reece James, he's sold out to BlueCo, and now he's been announced out for 2 months with a hemi, and everyone's going, "Oh, great, play him in midfield." Yeah, that's why his hemi's gone, not because he plays right back or right centre back. He's playing midfield.
Yeah,
come on. Everything's the same. There's no trajectory here. There's no development. There's no building on what they've so-called built. You know, you sold Madueke, you got rid of Jackson, you bought me Delap, and you bought me Gittins. You bought me Garnett. I mean, what are we doing here? Like, let's be real. The players they're bringing in, it's just, this is not how you build a squad. It's not how you don't have to buy in 90 players. All you need to do is buy 30 players. You have 18 players of top draw, bruv, you know, elite level, or half of that, for that matter. Just have an elite spine, have some good backups, and you build upon that. You're not doing that. It's just a stock market of players. It's just spend, PR to buy them time. Like, everyone knows what I know, what I know about the ownership and what, you know, at the end of the day, right, this ownership do not care about Chelsea supporters. That in itself is all you should be worried about right now. Because if they don't care about us, then why do we care about them and what they're building and what they're doing when everything's a lie? Everything they've done is a lie. There's no accountability. No one gets the blame except the manager who gets sacked every season or halfway through the season. Then there's player agenda.
Kind of already started.
Right. It's it's just a constant magic roundabout every season, which is why I don't change. Because at the end of the day, with this squad, the age, the wage cap, you're restricted in the markets. You can't buy the elite players. I'm not saying you need 25 world-class players. What I'm saying is you have a balance of experience, a balanced wage structure, a varied wage structure. People have got incentives. Players have got incentives. Young players have got someone to look up to in training and have leadership and to learn from and develop, bruv. Everyone's the same age, and it's like everyone's on the same salary. Everyone's on the same level. The manager's not even qualified. The managers are getting worse in level of experience.
It's the worst it's ever been.
It's the worst. And you're going to get worse after that, the way it's going. Don't bring me Luis Enrique, bruv. I don't want to hear Luis Enrique. Don't mock us and ridicule us when Enrique said to you, everyone publicly through Hunter, I rejected a job. You PR'd it. That you rejected him. Well, now you got egg on your face, you melt. We can go on and on and on, bruv. Yeah, at the end of the day, right, it's very simple. They have killed our club. There is no intent. There is no standards. There is no mentality. There is no elite level structure at this football club. That stems from the ownership, always. The ownership set the tone. What's under them is what they build by design for their purpose. Their purpose is monetary and monetary solely. But they're PRing you the opposite. They're telling you what you want to hear, but they're not actually executing what you want to hear. Instead, they serve you up something the complete opposite. And you buy into it still. And the reason you buy into it is because of all the journalists. It's because of all the PR. It's because of all the content creators. It's because of all the main media platforms, Sky Sports, Talk Sport, all the radio stations, the pundits, ultimately. And everyone has been bought. Anyone affiliated with BlueCo on some sort of level, whether it's directly with the owners, like a Goldfish and directors, whether it's they've met directors, whether it's the directors' associates or media team that's got in touch with content creators, or it's through a friend of a friend who actually knows people through the club that's managed to get in and sort you out something or entice you to keep you in check. It doesn't matter how it comes. It's all got the same end product: to control the narrative, to divide and conquer. And that's what I've been up against for up to 4 years now. And it's just ridiculous. I've had enough of it, bruv. The fact they sacked Thomas T, Younes, bruv, that alone, just sacking Thomas Tuchel alone, and doing what they've done since then, you shouldn't even be, there's nothing to discuss. It's clear as day.
It's true. That's bad enough. What's mad and what's coming to fruition recently, has doubled down and confirmed everything. You're talking about PR. It's funny. I'll mention this because this is I heard this not too long ago and it hit. Someone was asked, what's the most dangerous weapon in the world right now? And they responded with a nuclear bomb. And they were like, no. And then it went back with a hydrogen bomb. It's like, no. It's like, well, what is it? And he just did this. This is the most dangerous weapon in the world right now. Because if you can control the information, you control people. And this is what BlueCo have absolutely nailed. But I have to be real, it's starting to backfire. The amount of people that I've seen now starting to clock onto PR and what that is and how they're doing it and how the concept that people didn't want to accept but now are starting to understand that journalists don't give you what they genuinely feel, what they find out, but they're giving you briefs. The whole brief concept, the whole fan base is talking about briefs. Now, everyone knows, this is a brief. Everyone knows the word brief now. So when you do this sort of thing, it can only go on for so long before it will eventually, it could take a year, 5 years, 10, but the day will come where it will rise to the surface and it will blow up in your face. And I feel like that process is starting, at least, right? At least on socials. But this is where we look at the things that are happening and they're just double confirmations of things that we've already seen before. A big red flag is the whole John Terry thing. How John Terry and the whole kinetic thing. I mean, it's so... Do you know what I mean? Like, these are things that have only come out recently that have basically confirmed what some people's doubts before for the last couple of years or so has been. In fact, JT has every single qualification you could get, has active experience as an assistant in Premier League football, is part of the Chelsea setup at the moment at Cobham. And he doesn't get a sniff in because Daniel Finkelstein comes on and says he's not going to be professional enough. And it's John flipping Terry, who is, let's be honest, a god at Chelsea. So just without him talking, just him walking into the dressing room, everyone's like, shit, it's JT.
And you know,
I have a choice.
You know what? Finkelstein, apparently he's a Chelsea supporter.
Apparently
so.
so.
Must watch John Terry. Must love John Terry. You're a director. You don't want John Terry in the dugout? You don't want John Terry to hand over his elite experience and knowledge and the fabric and DNA of Chelsea to all these young'uns that you lot are buying and serving us up? You don't love Chelsea. Why would you? You love your pocket. You do as you're told. You're a yes man.
We've seen what Daniel Finkelstein's come out with that meeting with Not a Project and all of that. And one thing that disturbs me, right? And this has now been publicized. We've seen them come out with it. Matisse has spoken about his meeting with Daniel Finkelstein on the same day that Not a Project CFC spoke with Daniel Finkelstein. We've
Hold
seen
on.
George
Before you say that, Matisse is only speaking on it because Not a Project CFC exposed
came out
and broke it out. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known that he did. But I knew he was on it. I knew he was getting invited and all this nonsense, yeah, because that's how they roll these lot, all right? Until they get found out, that's when they want to cry wolf, you know, and say, oh, I'm BlueCo out.
Well, to be honest, when it came to this sort of stuff, Not a Project CFC made it public in February when that meeting happened, right? But it was just, okay, we've spoken to someone at the club. No one knew it was Daniel Finkelstein until this article come out, and they were under impression that they can't legally mention who. But Matisse made that clear that on that same day he'd seen Daniel Finkelstein. I don't know. Right.
Well, we all know. We all knew Pizer Mash met Daniel Finkelstein.
Yes.
Right.
We knew that.
Well, you know he's related to Goldfish.
Well, so this is the thing. My problem that I have is, why is Daniel Finkelstein only speaking to content creators or people associated with Chelsea media or Chelsea social media?
To control the narrative.
And leaving some people like the CST in the dark. The CST, if you remember their statement, came out and said, we're not getting any communication with the club. They're not responding. They're not communicating. They said that in their statement. That's the CST. That's meant to be the official representative body for the Chelsea supporters that we all pay into on a monthly basis. Right? And you get the emails. I get the emails. A load of you in the chat get the emails. Why is someone like Daniel Finkelstein not communicating with them and trying to constantly speaking with social media faces instead? Because that's a better way to control the narrative. That's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's the easier way to try and get them on board, like that Not a Project CFC article said, it sounded like a sales pitch. That's because it is a sales pitch. It's a sales pitch to try and convince the person, so then that person can walk away from that meeting and go, oh, you know what? That kind of makes sense. And then they'll go off and do a video, or they'll put it on Twitter, or they'll write an article, and then they'll release it, and boom. Now, the feedback from that and what's come out of it is not a project CFC's come out and said, we've heard a load of waffle, we don't believe it. Even Matisse, who'd come out and mentioned what had happened off the back of that because he was mentioned, came out and said in that tweet that I didn't agree with what was being said and there was no accountability. So even on Daniel Finkelstein's part, well, it's backfired, isn't it? But the whole point, and this is another layer that I think we have to cover, and I think it has to be said because everything needs to come to the surface now. Everyone needs to start speaking proper. Daniel Finkelstein's been a Chelsea supporter for a very long time. Only walked into the club as a director when BlueCo walked in. Now, Daniel Finkelstein is an active, right, for life, because this is not normal. He's House of Lords. He's got a peerage. He's a lord. Who sanctioned the whole flipping sale in the first place? Who got Roman kicked out? The government. I'm not surprised that there's someone somehow affiliated in the boardroom. I ain't shocked. Now, this is the only person who's having some sort of active communication with Chelsea supporters. Whether, again, it's not the CST because they're not really talking to them. And the CST, I have to pick up on the CST. They've just gone quiet. Like, get things up and running, cause some raucous, create some noise, do something. It's like they're just sitting there waiting for the bus to arrive and the bus just ain't coming. And there's not going to be two that arrive. The bus has just been suspended and you're just there waiting. They're just, do you know what I mean? Daniel Finkelstein is the only person, and he was only brought in by BlueCo to be the one to communicate with the fans. So the fans, I say in this case, it's not even the fans, to communicate with social media representatives. That's it. He's active on Twitter. You could message him now. He'll probably respond to you.
Yeah. Oh, he
no
loves
one
Twitter.
else will.
He does.
No one else will. Does Win Stanley speak to anyone? No. Does Lawrence Stewart speak to anyone? No. Does Joe Shields speak to anyone? No. Any one of the owners, unless it's a Bloomberg interview, something to do with business? No. And even then, it's just an interview. No one is speaking. He's the mouthpiece. And even then, there's a strategy with him being the mouthpiece. Even he is executing a strategy by just trying to go to people that have some sort of influence so then they can get the narrative out to the masses. That's it. And that's where my problem is. If you're going to speak to social media people or content creators and whatnot, and I'll say this right now, I've never been contacted by him once. And he's responded to one tweet of mine from about 2 years ago, I think, and he didn't like what I said. That was it, right? No follow, no nothing. So they select who they want to select because they know where is it going to be most effective. And that's my issue. If you're going to speak to content creators, well, speak to the CST, speak to official bodies, and don't just come out and say, yeah, but we got the FAB, because the FAB was created internally. That for me doesn't even count. I'm sorry.
No, that was for conflict of interest, to create a divide.
Completely.
And you've got seats from the Chelsea Sports Trust that sit on the fan advisory membership or better members seats. Yeah,
which
Daniel Finkelstein.
Why have the CST gone quiet?
Finkelstein is he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what he is, right? He's very social media driven. He likes to have it out with Nick Fuentes more than anything, while our club's in the gutter. Yeah, and he likes to say fuck off quite a bit, doesn't he? Like it's fucking obvious we're building the best team in the world. According to who, mate?
That's backfired now, isn't it? Everyone's using that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When I was telling everyone, 2.5 years, 3 years, they're NDAing everyone, you all laughed at me. Everyone's taking the piss. No one believed it, right? And they're NDAing not just footballers, and staff members, or when we had the bin bag scenario where they went into Cobham with the bin bags and sent suits and boots like it's the Matrix, bruv, you know, Agent Smiths, and they got all employees to put their mobile phones, their belongings, and run through it and interrogate them because of leaks. Yeah? What, people think I make that up? We don't make things up. Right? This is a dictatorship under BlueCo. If you don't do as you're told, you're out. So everyone is a yes man, including Finkelstein, whether he's a lord or not. There's only one lord for me, and Finkelstein, you're not that, mate. Do you understand me? Yeah?
Yeah, it's true.
So at the end of the day, he should be exiled. All of them. And this is why I come at you, Matisse, Benson, Goldfish, Nini's, Football Therapy. Who else has we got? Rory Jennings. You know, the only other day Rory Jennings was having a sit down with Matisse about where we wrong about Rosini, and now he's saying he's a joke. Now you're calling out the ownership. You know, you flip-flop. And I'm tired of it. When does it end? When
exactly.
Like, seriously, when does the flip-flopping actually end?
It has to be now. This is the thing. There's like, it's at a point. Everything's been confirmed to everybody now, on every single level, and we've just gone over a couple of those points right now, with how they're manipulating the media. People like David Ornstein coming out with it's going to take 4 transfer windows. Now we're 8 windows in. Oh, don't worry, wait another 3 years because you've got to be patient. Don't worry. Well, that's going to take us to 7 years. How funny? Because if we go to that business of sport podcast that we were talking about before we came on, if you haven't seen that, by the way, go and watch it. It talks about the debt and all sorts. It takes private equity companies normally minimum 7 years to start thinking about when are they going to exit, at what value. So again, moving the goalposts. But we're getting all this. This is confirmation. This is confirmation.
They told us we can't sell Younes. You remember that? They were telling everyone, you can't sell in 10 years. You can't sell in 10 years. I proved that they can sell. And you've got all the journalists coming out saying, well, if an owner, if a self-made like Roman type figure comes in and offers them a little bit more than what they paid for, they'll sell the club.
If you go into the detail now, it's funny because I did a little bit of this yesterday. If you go into the detail and you look, what's been publicized properly is they can't take dividends out of the club for 10 years. And the structure of the club, not the club, the structure of BlueCo. Just tell me, you know this as well, you've been through this, but there's Chelsea FC, there's Chelsea FC Holdings, then there's BlueCo Limited, then there's BlueCo Midco 22 Limited.
Yeah.
Then there's the upper layer. I forgot what it's called. Holdco something. What is it called?
Yeah, Holdco.
Yeah.
Holdco.
Why is that? Because I remember under Roman had Fordstam, and Fordstam was his company, and that was the parent company to Chelsea FC. Done. That was
it. That was it. Yeah.
That was it.
They've asset stripped.
Why is it structured in that way? Tell me. Well, if you go into the detail, you can sell at any of those levels. So the most ideal thing for anyone that is saying, okay, BlueCo are tied for 10 years, yeah, maybe at a lower level in terms of separating Chelsea from the rest. But if you sold the whole thing, the whole cake from the very top, and that still remains intact, maybe that's a loophole. These lot are loophole merchants, right? Well, you know, look, you cannot expect any billionaire to not have an exit strategy. It's just stupid. It doesn't compute.
Right. So also, their companies are not attached to BlueCo Holdings Limited. It's them as individuals. Their assets are not attached.
They're not.
Right.
Exactly.
So they're in a win-win situation. Every asset at Chelsea, the car park, the hotels, the Chelsea women's team, Cobham training ground, they've made them individual limited companies for a reason. Because by breaking everything up and making them individual companies, the hotels that have value of where they are, gold mine, the land itself, the property value
There's
itself
value.
is more as a separate company because you can sell it off pieces, right? The ultimate goal is to increase the value not of Chelsea Football Club, but of BlueCo,
Blue
the
Co as a
hedge
whole.
fund as a whole.
Exactly.
And they can sell off piece by piece and make their money, right? They've also got the syndicate bank loans with JP Morgan and the Bank of America of 8% of 702 million they loaned. On top of that, Aries Management, which is a preferred shareholder now under BlueCo Holdings. So they have to be paid out first. That's 500 million with 12.96% interest rate. Very high. Yeah, right? Now, what BlueCo are doing is paying interest only, like on a mortgage, interest only on a property, to hope that the value of that property over 10 years, that increases. We're just paying interest. But when we sell the property, we take our cream on top. That is what they're doing. And they've asset stripped as well and broken every valuable piece under Chelsea Football Club. And they've got Strasbourg there as well, let's not forget, and they're multi-clubs and whatnot. Then you've got player sell trading. You've got all of that happening. You've got Kinetic and this conveyor belt of young'uns coming in. The
Unqualified.
Unqualified as well. They need unqualified because no one with elite experience or professionalism in football would even go near this project, which is why everyone's leaving, right? Or anyone who's got any levels are leaving or don't want to be part of it or rejecting the job. So when you put all that together, what's the one thing that's going to allow them to get away with these crimes against Chelsea and all the supporters? It's the PR.
That's it.
It's the manipulation of the narrative and the timing of it. So, for example, when Finkelstein's meetings come out, Reece James signed a contract extension. Fantastic. Great news.
And Lauren. Yeah. And Lauren
as well, right? You could have released that any time. You released it then, all right? When we get Pornstein telling us we got no right as supporters we have to be patient, all right? More patient after you told us 4 transfer windows we could judge the ownership in their project and the hierarchy. Then it moved to 7 transfer windows. We've had 8. And now you're coming in saying, well, it's going to take another 2 years for us to maybe win a Champions League or a Premier League. And you need to be patient. And you're not telling me you're bought. Have a day off. And that's the bomber. That's the Pornstein bomber. So that's been happening for all this time. I've been landing it with Fabrizio Romano and Tupik Jacobs, whose cousin relation is Jonathan Goldstein. Another Stein. That's at the border at Chelsea. We've got Steins all over the place, bruv. Bergs and Steins. You know? I'll let you work that one out. Right? That's what we got. We got a Bonnie BlueCo ancestral elephant walking, brown envelope, manipulating cesspit at this football club. Right? This is where we land it. With all of this, we all know it's public knowledge as well, by the way. It's all public knowledge, right? It's just the media hide it and lie. And they've glossed up. There's one fact. And this is the fact. The one thing, and you've been told already, but you didn't pay attention. The one thing that they are paying out pound notes after pound notes to protect is their image. If their image is intact, they can execute whatever they want. They've even let you know we got no pressure. There's no consequences because the fan base are fully divided, at wars with each other. Majority just think, I can't do anything. What's the point in a protest is the narrative. Oh, change the model should be the protest. Oh, no, it's BlueCo out. Well, what one is it? Let's create a divide in that as well. Let's debunk a movement. Let's try and tone it all down because then that keeps our image safe. Because I tell you this for free, you damage the image on a viral level, proper viral level, you know, with real impact, right? Where every brand envelope under the sun that's bought by BlueCo has to report against BlueCo and make it public and viral. That is not going to just hurt the ownership. We've been called on publicly Clown Lake and depicted as clowns, let's have it right. But what happens? It's the people behind them that don't want to get involved no more, because they'll go, no one's buying into your project anymore, and we've spent all the money, and we're not going to finance any more money because the interest is too high, which is why they need Champions League football. And if they don't get Champions League football, all of a sudden we're getting transfer bans today. We're getting fines because of Roman. I'll take those fines all day long for Eden Hazard and all the players that Roman brought us, for all the success. I couldn't give a toss, right?
6 trophies.
6 trophies. The reality is, I don't believe it, because they would have cooked Roman when he was in charge.
Well, they say these lot self-reported, didn't they?
Yeah, of course.
So they self-reported. That's why it's a suspended sentence as well, because if it wasn't that and we got caught, we would have been done.
Yeah.
But and then I asked, and I said this earlier on, if they started investigating everyone from that time frame, from a time when FFP didn't exist, I guarantee everyone will get done. Everyone will get done.
Yeah, well, City.
There's
What's happened to
skeletons.
City?
And even then, yeah, we're waiting to find out.
Listen, this is all about. Look, I've said this. I've had the 1958 United lot on my platform, right? And we spoke, and this is how it goes, right? This is not just Chelsea and BlueCo. I think people have to understand that BlueCo are trialing and erroring, and it's an experiment of what they can and cannot get away with on a media manipulation level, on a structure level, on a data level, AI level, Moneyball. Everything they're doing has never been done in football. So this is literally teething now. We're teething at Chelsea under BlueCo. This is teething problems. There's a lot to iron out. It can't be ironed out, bruv. It's like they're trying to iron out on steel. It's just not impossible. It's just impossible. So these lot will keep going. Like a certain Epstein did let you all know, we have people in the labs trialing and testing until they get it right. That's the American mentality of these elites. We will do and keep going until we get it right. Even if it can't get right, we will keep, because we're that arrogant, we will get there. So who suffers? Us lot. Us supporters, we suffer. While they're just playing around, having a laugh. Ed Barley's in his penthouse in Mayfair and broadcasting it. Yeah? It's a joke on all levels.
Yeah.
So it's the power of the protest. It's the power of the supporters. Without us on board, they're done. That's it. They're done. Their project's done. No one's buying into it. So if there is anyone aggregating for BlueCo, if there's anyone still talking about football and how Chelsea can keep going, if there's anyone sponsoring this, they are the enemy. They are part of BlueCo.
This is a point I want to focus on as well, because this is important. And this goes to a lot of the other guys, everyone in the space. I'd love to be able to come on and just talk football and just be like, let's just paint a picture. Imagine, hey, we got PSG tomorrow, Johnny. Second leg at the bridge, under the lights, right? What do you think? Who should play? I'd love to be able to just come on and have that conversation and actually have it mean something. But it's, at this point, it's lying to everyone and it's lying to yourselves. Because it's clear what's going on. Nothing here is football related. So I think it's evident, and I think it's the right thing to do, to have everyone start being honest and be straight up and just start saying things for what they are in terms of what means the most, which is what's holding this team and football club back. And that's everything that BlueCo is doing. Till that is resolved, we can't talk football. We can't.
Nope.
Because it's irrelevant. What you're seeing on the pitch is a consequence of who we've brought and who we've hired. And who we've brought and who we've hired has been done as a consequence of this financial strategic model that's got nothing to do with football, which has been done as a consequence of the ownership. So why are we talking football when everything we're seeing is just a result of everything that we're talking about here to do with the ownership? This is where it's important, and I want to double down on this one. And I know you're no stranger to this. Everyone in the chat is no stranger to this. Everyone's been doing it, so fair play. But this is where, if everyone now, and I'll give a shining example. Yeah, Rory's come out public, for example, now on his videos and on X, and gone, okay, look, anyone now, his words, anyone associating themselves with BlueCo is an embarrassment and a disgrace towards what's going on at Chelsea Football Club. Fact. You got to stick with that. Now's the time to just stop playing games. Everyone, all of us, I say all of us, everybody. Everyone's got to stop playing games and start doing that relentlessly now. That's it. Until these lot have gone. Look, I want to use the word and I want it to be strong. This is like a war. That's it. Everything's been broken. Everyone now needs to start just going in relentlessly. And it's going to take some strength. But what have we got else? There's nothing else we've got left to do at this point.
There's nothing else to fight for except our Chelsea. That's it.
That's it. There's nothing left except this. So what are we going to do?
I'll tell you what we're going to do.
Let's go.
No surrender mentality. Win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. You don't flip-flop. You land it like a general. You have to have the stomach for it. You have to be relentless with it. Yeah? Otherwise, this ain't for you. Because in the day, you're conning all your followers, whether on X or YouTube. You're deceiving them.
It's a lie. Exactly. That's how I feel. If I'm talking just football, I genuinely feel that towards people that are watching me. I'm like, well, I'm doing you an injustice. Like, you know the situation, I know the situation. I'm gonna pretend something else. You know I'm pretending. What are we doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a lie. I can't do that. It doesn't sit right with me. We're at a point now where if you don't want to say what we're saying needs to be said, cool. Just don't be in our way. Just stay to the side and just do not get in the way. End of story. If you've not got the stomach or you feel like you don't want to, you can't. Okay, cool. Just don't say anything then. And everyone else that will have to do what needs to be done will do it. But the more there is, the more powerful it will be. And the more quicker it will get done. Because union is a proper thing. And if everyone is on it at the same time and it's a huge number, there's no stopping it at all.
And do you know what? Yeah. This is why I'm saying to you, right? The power of I've said so much for so long. I'm done now at the minute, at this moment in time. I'll be real. It's like you go to games, you can see it for yourself. Just on a footballing level, you can see it. You can see the players on display. You can see.
Look at the goal we conceded at Newcastle against Newcastle. What the hell was that?
Yeah, it's just a piss take on all levels.
Yeah.
They're actually laughing, and that's what's winding me up, right? And then, for example, like, I hate going back to the librarian, but the bottom line is this, right? All of this has come out, and he's obligated, because he's employed by that Teletubby Robbie, to then stand in the middle of a huddle where Arsenal, United, Tottenham, so-called whatever they are, content creators, are with him, taking the absolute fucking piss. Do you understand me? Where it's like, this ain't a joke. Like, this isn't actually a joke, mate. Does everyone get that? Like, this is not funny. Our club is fucked on every level possible. It's so bad. And I'm at the end of it, bruv. I've had enough.
No, it's true. It's true, and look, I'll add on to that because I want to be as sincere as possible, right? I know Matisse personally. I've got nothing against him on a personal level. He's only been good to me. In that situation, though, like even just watching, just me, I can only speak for myself. I feel embarrassed. I'm like, oh crap, man. This is what us, even as a fan base, are becoming. This is what we're being drawn to now. Well, we shouldn't even be here because this isn't a consequence of what we've wanted or asked for. This is BlueCo's doing. And this is why I'm saying, like, the more that people start getting on it properly, the more this will get resolved, the faster it will get resolved, the more powerful it will be. Everyone needs a bit of a reality check and content creation to the side. Because I understand at that level, especially, and I'll say this, especially when you've got fans of other clubs that are involved, there's going to be a level of banter, content strategy. We're not stupid. We're not new to the game. I know this game. There's a case of, okay, we're going to go from this angle. We're going to go from this angle. It's going to be entertainment. It's going to be nice for the viewer. They're going to find it funny. But from a Chelsea perspective, all of us, this is not a joke. Everyone's got to be serious. Like that's it.
Arsenal are looking to win a title. It is what it is, right? I mean, that's a rattle job in itself. But look, they bring on that Dowman, all right, who's a young kid. They can afford to do that. They've got a strong team.
One of their own.
To do that. We used to bring in the young kids through. They get a little run in. They might help us and chip in or whatever. When you're actually competing and winning, like where'd you draw the line, mate? Like, we when we had Roman, they were beneath us, Arsenal. They were nowhere near us, bruv. Do you understand me? And now the roles are reversed. We'd allowed it with this illusion of a project. And this is what I'm saying. Everyone sponsored it. Everyone overhyped the dross. Everyone was trying to convince everyone it's going to work, and we got something to look forward to, and bantering other rivals and saying Bowley and Clear Lake, they're Roman on steroids, and we're on it, we're landing it, we're going on all panelist shows, where the journalists are writing unbelievable stories about how BlueCo have got such intent, and they're looking to build a team to dominate world football, and they're waiting for Liverpool and Arsenal and City all to fall off a cliff, but we're going to dominate, We're bringing in this manager because of the project and the philosophy, and he's the right man. No, we'll sack him, bin him. We're bringing this player in. He's for the future. Time, sign him up for 10 years. Oh, he's loaned out after 6 months and then sold 6 months later. Do you understand me? Like, It's a circus. It's a bloody circus on all levels, right? It's just, like at the end of the day, right? What pisses me off is everyone hides behind its content creation, or everyone hides behind its opinion. Oh, my opinions can change. This ain't fucking about opinion, bruv. Like, this has gone beyond opinion on all levels. It is what it is. It's what you see. You just choose not to say it. You choose not to go into that because you're scared. Everyone's scared. It's like, what are you scared of?
Honestly, and I want to say this proper, right? There's nothing to be scared of. And I'll be real. Let's talk from a content creation perspective, right? So this is going to be for everyone that's in the game. If anyone's got some sort of perk, some sort of link, some sort of show, some sort of whatever, and they're afraid of losing that or jeopardizing, it doesn't even have to be that. It can be as small as, and I know this for fact, in the game as a whole, I'm talking not just in terms of Chelsea content, I'm talking content creation as a whole, right? YouTubers, whatever social media platform, whatever. Some people feel held back by losing viewers, subscribers. They don't want to do that. They don't want to push their fan base away by repeating themselves all the time out of fear that people are going to get bored. Everyone needs to realize that if you're real, if you're honest, if you're genuine, and even in moments where you're wrong, you come out and you clarify that and you go, okay, no, look, this is this. You'll find people will respect you for you and will start watching you for you. I'm going to ask a question to the chat, and this is kind of going to prove a point. Ultras, if Johnny was going to speak for half an hour about paint drying, would you lot tune in? Honest question. Would you actually click the thumbnail and watch. I'd love to hear everyone put a yes or no, right? And hopefully that yes or no will even get things up and running, and you might get a couple of new viewers in because the algorithm and that. But you'll get people saying yeah, because they've come not just to listen to what you've got to say. They've actually come for you because they now have a bond and a resonation with you. They enjoy you. I understand. I'm just using an example. I'm not saying, okay, he's actually going to talk about paint dry, but you get the gist. People are going to say, why not? People are going to come in because they actually they respect you. And that's what needs to be nailed down. People will watch you for you, regardless if you're just being honest, real, and you're showing your true personality. And you're not hiding behind the fact of, you know what, I don't want to feel like I can't say that because if not, I'm going to push people away. No, by doing that, you're pushing people away. And I think a lot of people in the game don't realize that, especially now. Now we're at a point where, and you can look at any single metric, if we're talking about data, in this game, raw content has made the fattest comeback that anyone could ask for. And they do that because people are screaming for authenticity. They've had enough of everything looking super polished and super painted and edited and everything's looking crisp and it's just like a lie. They want authenticity. And I feel like there's a lot of people in the space that haven't realized that to its true core yet and feel like they can't go all the way because they feel like they're going to lose people. Wrong. And I'll prove that. And I'll document my numbers from before and now going forward, and we'll see if those numbers are going to drop. I know they're not going to drop. In fact, they're probably going to increase. And I'm going to be speaking exactly how I need to speak. People need to realize that and not be scared. Drop the fear and just be real. And this is what I'm saying as well. The more people there are and the more people doing it, what have you got to be scared of? It's more powerful. So what are we waiting for?
If people want to watch fabricated content and whatnot, then, I mean, it's all over normal TV. It's all over the news. It's all over series and all that.
Facts.
People want realness, bruv. People are sick of the bullshit in society. People are fed up of being fed all this filtered stuff that's there, tactically put together, built by design, like it's clear as day, because that's all you know, right? And when someone speaks out of that and out of the matrix, so to speak, yeah, then it's like, oh, well you're a fucking weirdo, aren't you? What's going on here? I can't register that. No, you want that. No one speaks their mind these days. Everyone's too scared to speak their minds. They think they're going to get cancelled for whatever it is. The bottom line is this, bruv, yeah? This is a war, a battle, a fight against the social media, the media itself. It's a war against the ownership. That's their main tool, their mechanic to control everything. It's a war. It's a war for football. It's to save football, because this is what I wanted to say about the 1958 and what they're protesting. Yeah. And Spurs are in a similar situation where they want their ownership out. West Ham want their ownership out. Right.
Look at where Tottenham are, by the way.
Right. Look where they are. We could be heading that way. And like at the end of the day, United, what they fight for is about values, community, keeping the tribalism and rivalry in the sport. They're eradicating that. They don't want that anymore. They don't want it. They don't want a voice. It's what they want. They want controllable customers. They want customers, not supporters. They want customers. And this is why we've got to make a stand. I say this, all the Chelsea need to march. We need to march, bruv.
Yep.
We need to block anyone going in the ground. No one gets a bum on seat. No one. And if they are, they're on their Jack Jones. You understand me? And the game ain't going ahead. Right? You block the coaches. You block everything in sight. They can't get in. And you make all those journalists that lied to you. You make all those aggregators that lied to you. You make all those YouTubers that lied to you. And the owners that lied to you to get absolutely exploited and their image destroyed and tarnished and ridiculed and mocked. and you get everyone talking about the power of Chelsea supporters and how we have stopped the game, how we have cost them money, embarrassment, and it has to be reported, and it will be massive. That is how you make a stand as Chelsea supporters. That's it.
Facts. It has to hit that point. It's been done before. Not too long ago. And again, this is why the 1958, I think, have organized themselves in a way where it's commendable. Honestly, it's class. We've got an extra advantage here as well, and this is what United don't have. We got the Strasbourg lot too.
Bosh.
So this is. We need to honestly, we need to look in and realize people need to look at their history. Go back and look at how powerful the Chelsea fan base was back in the day. And look how kind of far we've actually fallen, I have to be honest. And I'll say this, and it's a generational thing. But you saw the Joey Jones stuff at Wrexham, did you?
No. What's that?
So Wrexham put up a tribute banner to Joey Jones, who played for Wrexham back in the day, 80s. And Chelsea fans, clearly young, didn't know, were chanting, "Who the hell is that?" Little did they know, Joey Jones was someone who played for Chelsea, I think it's a good 70 or 80 times over 3 years in the early 80s. So what are we doing? You know, he helped Chelsea get promoted back into the first division from the second division. So it's just, we got to go back and realize what the Chelsea fan base used to be, what it is now, what needs to be, and everyone needs to put their agendas down, and everyone needs to get on the same track, and everyone needs to start doing things relentlessly. Because if everyone's doing things by themselves, of course it's going to feel impossible. It's going to feel like it's too much. It's going to feel like it's not working. I'm an idiot. But if everyone's together doing it, and you know what? And I'll say this: last couple of days, right, I'd say since the Newcastle game, we're seeing little signs. And I'll give an example. Well, he's blocked me, so I've not seen it from his page direct. But Matt Law talking about what Daniel Finkelstein's been saying. Well, what a surprise. It's little signs starting. If everyone's just on it relentlessly, they ain't got a choice but to start talking about this, because that's the main topic of the news. That's what's going on.
Yep. And you're damaging their image.
Exactly. And then if you get, and again, I'll stress this because this is so important towards the fan base. This is where I think the 1958 have smashed it, because 1958 are seen as the official representatives of the fans. The CST need to jump on board properly, man. They need to wake up.
They won't do it.
They have to.
Because you've got the Man United supporters trust, and they're nothing to do with the 1958. In fact, they can't stand the 1958. So it's conflict of interest. It's all power play. It's all egotistical. It's like everyone wants to have that relationship with the club. Do you understand me? It's like if they go against the ownership, they're never getting a meeting again with the directors. And that's what I'm saying. They find a way to find what your weakness is, what you're attached to, and they lynch onto it and use it against you to keep you in check. And that's what they've been doing with every single one at all levels. Doesn't matter what level it is, they'll do it, right? Which is me. I can't be bought. It's non-negotiable. You can't reason with me. There's no reasoning with me. Like, shut me down, I'll go again. It don't matter, right? The protest itself. I think the people that there's something going right now, people have just got to stick with it. Just do it. Like, people are saying protest tomorrow. What do you not understand about tomorrow? Tomorrow, there are plenty of proper Chelsea supporters that are diehards that are not probably going. You're going to get your Vivid Seats customer. It's a dead game. Like, you need a game that is which has cohesion with what's happening at Chelsea, and that is the Man United game. That is the game.
That is the game.
In reality, it's not far away either.
It's not.
And and you need to plan this properly. Now, I know for a fact, and Younes will know this, that whether it's Finkelstein, whether it's a Matt Law or a Toothpick Jacobs, an Isaac Kinsella, or whether it's a Kerry Stanley, a Stuart Little, all your little employees, you're all watching this now, 100%. I know you're all watching. So look good. I'm going to smile for you. Let's have it right. We want you out, and we're going to do everything to get you out. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's no PR you can sell to Chelsea supporters where they're going to buy into it. And what's funny is all the people that you have bought, all the people you've had in your pocket, in your engagement groups and whatever you've done, they look so fucking ridiculous right now. They feel like silly sausages. In fact, they're so like, they've got no energy now. They don't know what to write. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. They're lost. You need to direct them. Where are they going? Maybe you need to reassure them. Arrange a meeting with them. Reassure them. It's going to be all right, little ones. More brown envelopes coming your way. More briefs.
It's a ticking time bomb. Like I said, it will only last for so long. And it's already...
I said the brown envelopes run out. Told you the brown envelopes will run out, Younes. How many times have I said that? They will always run out. And the media that you bought will come back to bite you. They got no loyalty to you whatsoever.
Mate, I'll give one example, right? So that David Ornstein 4-window thing. When it was first said, no one batted an eye. All right, we'll take 4 windows. All right, we'll see. He's come out 2 days ago with his new version. Everyone brought it up. That's it. People have eyes. People can see. It will keep growing. This is a thing where these lot that have made these decisions at the club need to realize this is something they can't stop. For as long as they're doing what they're doing, they can't stop it. And now it's got to a point where many, many people, we'll see this tomorrow, I think. We'll see how many empty seats it's probably going to be. But it's got to a point, people have lost trust completely.
Yeah.
People are
no trust. Yeah.
People are dead inside. And everything's broken. So now going forward, it's like I said, everyone needs to be relentless. There has to be proper organization. What I want to say as well, because you make a good point, the 1958, our proper fan-created body protest movement that's become quite massive. I actually want to say for the ones that have organized this protest coming up, and this is where it can be seen as a bit of like, it can be seen as a negative, but it can also be seen as a positive. And I'll explain why. They ran the last protest that didn't go very well, but the messaging was all over the place, right? And they're coming out now, and I've spoken about this in a video, and I've seen it, what they've said, and they've clarified things in a way that absolutely needed to be done. It was spot on. It's only BlueCo out. That's it. All the conditions. No stupid chanting. No talking about Tottenham. No mentioning Maresca, even though it wasn't being sung before. None of that. All that is banned. You're not allowed to do that. If this is run seriously, if this is run properly, it gets proper traction, I don't see why we can't create our version of what United have with 1958. And I guarantee with us, it won't go on for much longer because United took their time. This is also another thing. We need to pay attention to what's happened in the past with other clubs. Do we want to wait as long as Arsenal? Because they were patient as hell. Even going through their whole Cronky out era, if you remember, the United lot, how long have they flipping been on the Glazers? But they've not been relentless. It's kind of just been sporadic. We need to learn from these guys. And the 1958 have been properly on it. And like I've said, we've got an advantage that they haven't had. We've got Strasbourg that have already started.
Yeah.
Already started. Imagine on 2 fronts.
We should have the 1905 group, right? 1905 group, militant, have it right, no surrender mentality, yeah? Number 1. Number 2, we get Alex from Strasbourg, that represents the ultras. We need to sort it, get in touch with Alex and land it with him. All right, like we did the last time, Younes, when we had a stream with Alex, and it was elite of all levels, bruv. All right, and we need to have a proper protest, like no zig-zag, we hate Tottenhams and all this nonsense. No chanting players, facts. All right, it's BlueCo out. The chants need to be fuck off Iqbali, fuck off Bowley. Yeah, we need these chants. You know, the away supporters are chanting that. The away supporters is the bread and butter of the Chelsea fan base. Yeah, all right, and they're trying to tarnish that, infiltrating the away end. Do you understand me? So we need that. I don't like this whole thing of just empty seats. We need proper Chelsea in the ground to land it and chant against the ownership, because they're the only ones that can do it, and they will be heard. We need a protest.
I think it could be a blend of both.
Yeah, blend of both. Yeah, and then we need. Obviously, you got to understand, for those that are buying tickets of every seats, if Chelsea are relevant, they're not going to spend thousands of pounds on tickets. What for? We're irrelevant. They're going to go, oh, sod that. It's not what it used to be. It's not Chelsea no more. This is CFCLDN. All right. We need to protest with the march, and very simple. It's just simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's one message from the Chelsea. You're not going to change nothing. You don't care about us. We don't care about you. It's BlueCo out, end of story. We want you out of the club. Sell the club. Sell Chelsea. Done. You fucked us up. You've killed us. There's nowhere to go from here now. And you're not going. You can't even do it. You haven't got the capacity to do it. The finances to do it. What they're going to do is going to go and set up another company to get more investors, to pay off the current investors that they got, to buy those investors out, and have new investors going even more debt to fuck us up even more. And we will be in serious trouble then. We're not going to allow that. I hope people are listening. We're not going to allow that. Right? So, BlueCo is that's it, bruv. This is what we need. This is the minerals, the model that is needed. All right. And another key point with the 1958 is they have very clear messages. They set it up professionally. No one needs to go on anything. You don't need to go on Talk Sport. You don't need to go on Sky Sports. You don't need to go on podcasts to talk about it, or anyone be the face of it. The face of the protest is the supporters. It's not anyone individually. It should be, this is the protest. We're going to start here. We're going to end up there. And we're going to stand up for what's right. And everyone wants to join, you join, and be one voice together. And let them anticipate, not hear the reasons. Everyone knows the reasons. When you're at the protest, by all means, speak to the press. Land it. But up to that point, don't do it. You don't need to go there, bruv. Yeah?
True. I agree.
Less is more.
I agree.
Act in silence. Don't give them away anything. You've done that countless times and it goes wrong. And they create traps for you. They wanna try and like embarrass you and ridicule you and say we're entitled and feed the Roman agenda and this is a project and look how much money they spent. No, eradicate that. We don't need to do that. We don't need to entertain them. We do what we need to do. And we just turn up. That's it. Stop killing our Chelsea. BlueCo out. Yep. Massive banner, bruv. Yeah? We get the Strasbourg Ultras. Their banner, BlueCo out. We march together. Powerful, that is. That's powerful, mate. That's two clubs want you out. It ain't looking too healthy for you, sons. You need to get out. Like your investors are gonna be belling you up. If Barley's phone's gonna light up like a Christmas tree, bruv.
Can we say as well, if it was Chelsea versus Man United?
Yeah, 1958 and all.
And we get them lot involved as well.
Yeah, Glazers out, Ineos out. Let's get American owners out. Why, Younes? We are two American owners away from them having a monopoly on the Premier League on voting rights. Does everyone realise that as well? It's not far. How many American owners could be promoted? from
I was going to
Championship.
say, even Millwall. This is Mill, and I want to see Millwall promoted. I don't know about you guys, but I actually want to see Millwall promoted. But I think that would be great for all of us. But they got American owner now, so they're not far. If 2 American owners get promoted from the Championship, we're cooked.
Facts.
As a league, we're cooked. They've got the monopoly.
That's why
on
we
the
got
division.
to fight for Chelsea in football and our game, protecting the culture of our game, the heritage of our game. You know, apparently Ruud Gullit doesn't even watch it. He's done watching it. There's no emotion. There's no standards in football's dross. To have it right, it's a shambles, mate. It's an absolute shambles. I've got quite a lot here to run through, Younes. So let's just land it, break it up a minute. The message is loud and clear. Calder says, only God can save us from these Arsenal fans. Don't worry about Arsenal, bruv. Yeah, let's worry about BlueCo, mate. Yeah. Everyone says, the iconic duo is back. Welcome back, Younes. We have all come together to defeat BlueCo. BlueCo out, brown envelopes out, up the Don Roman, up Mills FC. Big up to you, friend, F1 fan. United Vlogs, he says, big up, lads. The only way to win is unite. Facts. Merlin Nongni says, I have more respect to Johnny for first addressing the situation with Younes for getting out of BlueCo out train after the Club World Cup. We all did, to be honest. Only Johnny stuck on. Respect for that. Big up to you, bruv. He also says, big respect to Younes, though, for putting feelings aside and coming back here to land the minerals. He's a general we can follow. Fair play, my geezer. We land it, bruv. It's for the Chels. Do you have the mineral? Says, well said, Younes. Welcome back. Would you have a threesome with Bonnie Blue and Slosh Pot if it means the owners would sell?
Are we doing this again?
Well, he's asking, do you have the minerals?
Flipping hell. I need to be quarantined for a month.
Is he allowed to use a Johnny or not?
You need more than that, mate. You'd be scared. He'll fizzle out as I'll just like disintegrate.
I think he would, guys. Let's have it right. I think he would.
For the Chels? Oh,
for the
mate,
Chels.
for the Chels.
Of course he
what
would.
we do for the Chels.
He'd do it. He'd be loving it. Come on. Big up the Chelsea Empire. Love to you, my geezer, and the family. Says both of you will forever be remembered on the right side of history. Only a fool would disagree. Big up to all the ultras in here. Cursor, Steve G, Bobby Fairview. Keep landing it. Win, lose, draw. It's BlueCo out, no surrender. And we will get Bobby on as well because Bobby's an elite finance guru, bruv. Yeah, let's have it right. Big up the Dazza. Chelsea Blues says, big up Johnny and all. Up the Minerals FC. Younes, you need to get your dad in the middle of the Avengers table and give him a good talking to the sellout. Win, lose, draw, BlueCo out, bruv.
They watched it. They enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Everyone, that got really, really good reception from everyone across the spectrum.
Facts.
So, yeah.
He knows football. OJ, CFC, SW6 says, lads, we are fucking doomed. Carrots. Yeah, the carrot. Well, that's why I call him Carrot Eating Win Stanley, because it's the carrot and the stick. And everyone's getting the carrot and stick treatment with the media, the brown envelopes, journalists, the content creator. Everyone's getting the carrot and the stick, bruv. Panchetto says, when Brent gets sacked, who do we bring in? At this rate, we don't need a gaffer. We just need an iMac, yeah, and just let the AI pick the team.
AI manager. We got AI scout.
Yeah. Go out all
we got
digital.
IFS AI. Yeah. Just AI coach. We're good to go. No, I'll tell you this now. Right? It's so obvious. If something happens to Liam, it'll be Gary O'Neill.
Oh.
It's so obvious.
Yeah, because he's come from Strasbourg. We get that PR again. Yeah. Isn't Gary
He's
O'Neill better than? He's got more experience in than Liam Matitz was. No. Yes.
Yeah, he's next Prem manager. Yeah, Wolves and Bournemouth.
Yeah. Oh, the state of this, bruv. Honestly, Listen, he was saying,
Right.
Thomas Tuchel was saying, we want to build a team that everyone fears, and this Matix was just justifying the huddle with the ref, saying we want to nurture, what is it? Respect the ball. We want to respect the ball.
Respect the ball.
Respect the ball. What kind of mentality is this, bro? He probably did that when he brought in the Lego sets in training to create team bonding, and took the gloves off, saying, "Oh no, the gloves come off when I clap you at how well you perform in Lego building, but when we actually when we actually Lego build, we have to use gloves. We don't want to imprint the Lego. We've got to nurture it." What is all this nonsense? Honestly, it's just the PR is just getting worse and worse. Mr. Joshy, he says, "Big up Johnny and Younes, keep up the good work. Respect, bruv." Big up Steve. He says, "Younes, Johnny, we unite and fight the BlueCo. Let's have it right." Coldy says, I hope Jesus comes back before Arsenal win the league."
He's got about
Let's have it right.
got about 8 weeks.
Well, I think we all need that, like just to end the chaos in the world. Big up the crack ex Dodo. Says Daniel selling out for pound note. Typical. All right. Easy, Tiger. Easy, Tiger.
He's already paid. Let's just say that he's already paid.
Yeah. I have to read it out, don't I? Big up the coldest. He says, and I mean Jesus Christ, not Gabriel. Oh, that's my Lord, mate. Come on. Yeah. Big up the UK Gov and Blue Con killed Chelsea. Up the Minnals FC super sticker. Let's have it right. Full Romeo says, "My father has supported Chelsea since he was a kid. Recently can tell BlueCo has made him feel disconnected to the club. That boils my blood big time." And that's
Thanks.
what they brought him, Liam Matix Rosnan. Did you all see him going up to the supporters and he's giving it all this and they're going, Liam, because there's been no connection between any manager they brought in since Thomas Tuchel. There's no connection between the directors, the project, the players. How many chances are there for the players? Hardly any chance, bro. And
mate,
yeah, go on.
No, go on, finish off.
I was going to say, if we don't get Champions League, Cole Palmer's, Enzo Fernandez, which reported, like, all these players are leaving. They're not staying. They don't love the project. They love the pound note. There's no loyalty in the game no more. Like Reece, like people think, oh, it's an agenda on Reece. Like, I love Reece and he's world class. But if you've got any ambition, mate, you go and sign or wait for a deal and let your contract run out and go as a free agent. If they exile you, which they're going to do, they did to Mason Mount, they exile you, they bench you because you're going to run down your contract, or you get sold. And they tell you, look, at the end of the day, who was there to buy Reece? He can't stay fit. Like, and he knows that. So I think he's just signed a contract and gone, I'll be comfortable, I'll be at Chelsea. And I'm going to say, what's he going to say? I don't buy into the project, but I signed another 6 years. He's not going to say that.
Even then with Reece, it doesn't mean that he still doesn't go. It just means that if he is going to go, there's going to be a proper bid from someone that has to be put on the table because it's a large contract. But there's also one thing to consider. He's taken a wage cut from a base level. Incentives and all of that, if that were to happen, which it probably won't because we won't make football. But if he was to achieve everything, he'd be getting paid more than what he's currently on. And that's where they've got him. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't still get moved on. It means that if someone does come in later, they're going to have to put a proper bid in. And the club will be happy with that. But they ain't going to get a proper bid in with only 2 years left on his deal. It's not going to happen. Enzo Fernandez, he's here till 2032 as well. If he leaves, it's going to be a serious bid. And it means money for the club. They'll probably take it. So, look, with Reece, I'll be honest. I do think there's an element of he does just want to continue to wear the badge. I do believe that. He's been at Cobham he's been at Chelsea since he was 8. I get that. It's not going to help him on an achievement level. Maybe, to be honest, with his age and where he's at right now, I reckon he could outlast BlueCo. He could still be, if he doesn't go anywhere properly and he retires at the club, he would outlast them. So I don't know. But One,
Or they're going to sell him. Or they're going to sell him because he's
or they're
on a
going
long
to sell him.
contract, get
Yeah,
more
or
money.
a bid comes in from somewhere. If he does get proper fitness, a bid comes in from somewhere, they accept it, and then he's got to talk and see what he's got to do. So we'll wait and see. One point about that last super chat as well, and I resonate with it because I don't know about you guys as well. My dad's the same. He's not watched the last few games. He's like, why should I? And then when I tell him like what happened against Newcastle, he's like, well, obviously, I'm not surprised. He's like, I'm not gonna blow my mind and lose my because he'll get stressed and start kicking off. So I'm not gonna kick off and start getting pissed off and ruin my day just because of these lot who don't give a crap. I'm not gonna do that. I think a lot of people resonate with that, and this is something to pay attention to tomorrow. We'll see what the attendance is going to be tomorrow because I think there's still seats available, tickets available for tomorrow. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. There's loads of seats. Listen, it's just a joke, mate. Colin Wallace says, why don't the fan base at the bridge chant Roman Abramovich or fuck off Egbali? They need to chant relentlessly. Well, the problem you've got at the bridge is you've got too much vivid seats infiltration. You've not, and a lot of season ticket holders have had enough. They just had enough.
Yeah.
But they do chant it. It's just you don't hear it as much as the away. The away are louder.
Yeah.
You know, on games that are broadcasted as well, you hear it more. But they do, and it will get louder. It will get louder. We should be chanting Roman every game, irrespective anyway, for what he's done. Big up to BlueCo. He says, out of respect for Johnny, I won't use harsh words. I'll just say forgiven, not forgotten. Fair play, bruv. Nice. That's classy, bruv. Classy. Big up to Dazza. He says, Younes, what's the chance of the rest of the Avengers table jumping on BlueCo train? Just hope they don't flip-flop again. Win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. Well, Benson was BlueCo out, and then he's gone back in the hedges with a goldfish and all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? So
he's mentioned it last couple of vids. Matisse has mentioned it on the tweet. Look, let me tell you this, right? Deep down, I'm sure all these guys genuinely believe it. But what my point is now, like I've said, it has to be. It can't be a one moment thing and then go back to pretend everything's normal because I just want to please the viewers or whatever. Like, no. Everyone's got to be relentless on it now. That's it. Do we get this done or not? Let's get it done. So everyone's got to be on it. Everyone's got to talk because there's nothing left. So there's no going back. I've said this the last couple of vids and it's intentional and I want to be able to say it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And that's where I think that can also be a positive for anyone that bought into everything previously, that realized what's going on now. It's a big chance to unify with everyone. Like Ryan has said in the chat, unite 100%. Everyone put whatever's happened in the past down. Get on the same page because everyone with eyes can see what's going on. And everyone move forward and do it relentlessly. It's got to be relentless. If not, the message won't get out.
facts. Everyone knows what they've got to do. So just do it.
Yeah.
Talk is cheap. Big up X-Play Pictures says hit their pockets and they'll fuck off. BlueCo out. Or you can hit that with their merchandise. So you hurt them by stop buying merchandise. The reality is, listen,
Don't buy it.
I haven't bought it since, mate. I haven't bought it. That's an element of it. The main thing is the image. That's what hurts them the most. And you heard Goldfish say, if you don't think they care about their image, what they do, that is what they are protecting their image because the image allows them to keep their investors sweet. End of.
This is a thing of everyone realizing, right? You can see from the past, every time something that's bad PR for them has come out, they immediately respond with something that's going to take the buzz away. Like we saw, all of the things happened with the whole Daniel Finkelstein interview stuff and not a Project CFC. Very next day, Reece James, Lauren James signed a new contract. And that was already in the pipeline. But they chose that day, get it out. And again, can I make a point on this? I've said it on my video too. The videos that they used to put forward to show the announcement were videos you can get done in 10 minutes. Reece, quick, trophy room. I'm going to get you to just walk from there to the conference room, to the presser room, and you're going to sign, and that's the only footage we need. Put some text over it. Mate, I can edit that in half an hour. It didn't need any editing. It was on the spot. Everything was on the spot. There was no prep towards it. It was kind of like, okay, get it done now. That was what they responded with. And that's not the first time. How many times have we got PR to pretend everything is rosy, or we're going to sign a big player? We've got a link with this player or that player, and it never materializes. Straight off the back of something that has caused bad PR towards them. That is proof that they care about their image.
Yeah.
That's the proof. They are literally showing you that we got to counter this with something to get people distracted. Now, with us, thankfully, I say thankfully in terms of the reaction, but off the back of that contract signing, we went to Newcastle. We welcomed Newcastle. We lost 1-0. Everyone kicked off again. So that's fizzled out. That contract signing doesn't really mean much now, does it?
No. And now he's out for 2 months, so we're not even going to see Reece.
Yeah. So
and now we've got transfer ban, suspended for 2 years or whatever. Yeah, it's all a laughing stock.
Relentless. This is why they do care about their image. This is why it's got to be a constant thing, because they can't handle it. Everyone is on it at the same time. All of us and everyone is on it, and people at the ground are on it. Pressure's going to get serious on them. And it's growing. Bit by bit, it's growing.
Facts. Big up to Kin General. He says, "Where's the Stony Mike Gaffer?" Yeah, we'll bring that back. I've brought back. I need to bring it back. It'll be back. Big up Stevie Resso. Big up, guys. Glad you're back. BlueCo out. Do you have the mineral? Says, can you do Scarface, Johnny? Well, it's very simple, bruv, innit? You need people like me, so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. That's it, bruv. What we doing here? Jamal says, Bonnie Blue bleeds more blue in her STD than BlueCo. Wow. Big up to Shay, says Bonnie Blue doesn't respect the ball. The next coach we get in is the man from Del Monte. He always says yes. And Victor says the state of affairs are so tiring and overdue of proper change. It's beyond football what is happening here. Urgency is required. I want my Chelsea back. That's a fact, bruv.
Is it?
That's where we end. That's it. It's simple as that. It's win, lose, draw, BlueCo out, bruv. Yeah. Respect the supporters. How about that?
Yeah. And this is another thing to make sure has to be cemented. Like I said at the beginning, it truly is fully a representation of that win, lose, or draw. We could win 3-4 in a row. Don't stop. There is no stopping now. That's it. We stopped too many times. That's it. It's done.
Facts.
BlueCo out. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah. So, everyone, ultras or anyone watching, win, lose, draw, BlueCo out, bruv. I haven't seen your other one, Shay. I can't see it. Just write it and I'll read it out, bruv. Just write it in the chat. What did you put? See, he's saying he sent a name. Put it in the chat.
Oh, Shay. Yeah, it's there.
What
Shay, what? Big up, Johnny. Good to see Younes back on too. The name of the group should be 1905 Roman Empire. The clowns would hate that. Win, lose, or draw, BlueCo out.
1905 Roman Empire.
1905.
Yeah.
We could do that, to be honest.
Yeah. Big up to Brian says BlueCon's out, never surrender. Alex Dunn says Mar landed today on TalkSport. Did he? Wow.
I ain't seen that.
TalkSport gig. There's a lot of damage being done. A lot of damage. But let's have it right. I think we've said enough for now. We'll continue to land at Younes. And I think the message is loud and clear. Choose Chelsea, so it's BlueCo out, or choose the current state of affairs and be BlueCo in. It's your decision. If you love Chelsea, it's BlueCo out. Simple as that, bro.
CFCLDN.
Yeah, CFCLDN. Facts. So we're going to leave you with our Don Roman. That's our sign out. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe to me, subscribe to Younes, and hype the stream and comment like mad, because we need this to be pushed out as much as possible. Yeah. So big up to
100%.
everyone. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, and you'll see us back on here soon again. Facts.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, and I'm going to smoke you right now. Let's have it right. I'm smoking you all, mate. Yeah, the whole pack, the whole Bonnie BlueCo pack. Yeah.